Consistency seems impossible when you don't have education. It's so easy for me to pop up on a video and say, just do this and that, and you'll be done. And just stay consistent and you'll see it. And I'm learning, and as a licensed cosmetologist grows, I'm learning that a lot of times, because I was the same way, I had to be able to see it in order for it to register and for me to do it. I had to see ending results. That's why so many of you are taken with these, these hairstylists on social media that's showing you the aesthetics, and you're like, I want that. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that what I'm pushing and what I'm telling you, it doesn't match up, and it's confusing to you. It's like, well, I can wear that hair, and I've seen people who get those hairstyles and they still have long hair, they still have edges and those different things. So it's hard trying to convey that to you. That's why I do videos showing you what happens after a while when you keep doing those bad practice hairstyles. But one of the things that I really, really want you guys to get into and really understand, so you can start embracing your own hair. And if you notice, my messages are more of, it's okay that you want to do those things. I just want you to take care of your hair. And that you're going to always hear that message, because that's my foundation. Because we grew up, and you'll always hear me say this, a lot of us who are younger now, we were introduced to hair extensions and so on and so forth. So it's a part of us now. We don't see anything wrong with it. I was telling you about the videos about the little girls earlier that was like, what's wrong with us being lazy with our hair? And I thought about that too. And I'm like, we don't have a lot of self-love. We don't take a lot of pride in our hair. I remember in the 60s and 70s, they had the pig. Remember the pig with the black pride? And we took pride in it. But you know what? When I think back on it, I'm like, we had the mothers, because I know I wasn't born in the 60s. But my mom, when I was a little girl, she was washing my hair. We had Sundays was wash day, or Saturdays was wash days. My brothers be outside playing football. She'll let me run outside and let the sun dry my hair, and bring me in and pop me with the Afro comb and comb my hair and say, sit still. She never braided my hair. My hair was too long and too thick. But she would do these little cute ponytails. Always had me as a little girl. And so when you look at those things, I was like, she actually taught me to be that way. And then, of course, my uncle, who was in fashion, in the beauty world, it was always beautiful women around, and they had beautiful hair, and the guys were attractive because he was in the clothing and styling celebrities and stuff. And I would be up under him. So I already took to that. So just imagine, I was privileged, even though my mom didn't even know it. My mom, too, when she get herself together, oh, yes, she going to be together. Even if she was in the house, she groomed herself because she knew her husband was coming home, and she just wanted to look good for him. All right. Women knew how to be women then, that femininity, it was a lot. But the point that I'm making is that I got the education. I may have not gotten it through a YouTube video, but from a kid, my mom she thought hair extensions was for women in the streets, the lady of the night, as she would call it. So you couldn't even come in the house with hair extensions. When I started doing it, she was like, that girl done lost her mind. And my dad, of course, he was just like, oh, Lord, she wearing the woman of the night hair. So I had the luxury of having a mother that instilled in me the importance of education, and that my hair was beautiful. Lidra got some long, beautiful hair. She called me Lidra. Lidra got some pretty hair, honey. She would get in arguments with her sister and say, Lidra, come out here. And I'd be like, oh my God. I come outside. She said, you see her? She got hair. I'm like, what they got to do with y'all two arguing? Get in that house and stay out of grown folks' business. So I just wanted to say, I understand why a lot of you feel overwhelmed or want to avoid your hair or prefer just wearing wigs and weaves because you just don't want to deal with it, or you're in an industry where you can't just wear your natural hair, which is fine. You know what I mean? But, or you're in, like how I felt when I was in the beauty world, that I had to have my hair a certain way and different things because they wouldn't accept it any other kind of way. And we do have natural hairstylists that make hair beautiful. So, but a lot of times, and it's the young man that I was telling you about, oh gosh, something Trey, he was saying how you ladies will go to a job and your another race of your employer would tell you, take that afro out and straighten your hair out, and we would do it. So that speaks volumes and he's so young to even point that out. I love that he does that. But I wanted to talk about the reasons real quick. This will not be a long video. A lot of us were not educated or taught about our hair, so we don't even want to deal with it because we were taught the other way. We were educated on hair extensions and different things like that. Some of us have the luxury of having parents that taught us that. Even men taught their little girls how to take care of their hair and take care of themselves. But a lot of women that I realized, they were not taught how to even take care of themselves. A lot of women don't know how to sit. They don't know how to eat. They don't have the etiquettes. They don't have those different things. So here we go. We were not taught to, nobody taught Black women simple hair systems, okay? How often to wash your hair. That's why you see a lot of times in the comments, how often should I wash my hair? We were never taught that. How to moisturize my hair properly. I get a lot of this, especially in coaching, when I'm in consultations and coaching, when I'm dealing with my clients. They want to know, that's one of the main things that they have is that dryness. So that goes back to from the washing, because you don't know the proper products to use to take care of your hair that will give you that softness and that moisture. So you don't know how to do, how to wash, how to properly moisturize, how to read the ingredients. Remember, I did a video on reading the ingredients. Extremely, extremely important. How to create routines that work for you. I do Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings may not work for you. Maybe you work on Saturday mornings. But taking a self-care day and making it fun and creating those routines is important. No one taught you that. And no one taught you how to maintain a hairstyle. That's why we go into the salons and we say, I need something that's going to last me a month. And they're going to give you that sewing or whatever, and you're going to make that month stretch into 2 months to 3 months. I've seen it, okay? So they bounce between overdoing it. You bounce between overdoing your hair to doing nothing. It's either or. It's the extreme of every week I got to get my hair done. As long as I keep a job or whatever, I'm going to get my hair done, or whatever the case may be, to I don't have the money. I don't care. I got these kids. I got this job that, I got a stressful life. Or, you know what I mean? Or I don't have all of those stressful things. I just don't care to do it. You know what I mean? I just don't want to do it. Something happened in my life. I don't want to do it. Or you just starting and quitting. That's why I said to you, consistency feels impossible because you don't have the education. But imagine if you understood your hair. So many of my clients now that are signing up, right? And I'm talking to them, they're like, man, it's not even hard to take care of my hair. No, it's not. All you needed to know is to critique this A, B, and C, and you're good. So now you can walk out the door and feel good about your hair. And if you feel like, this week is a wig week, you could do a wig week, but you know that your hair is not shedding under there. You know that there's no breakage under there. You know that your hair has moisture under there because you did all of the work before you decided to do the aesthetics. And it's that simple. So I want to apologize to you ladies who didn't have the education of the things that I said. And I pray that you make a stand for yourself and understand that taking care of all of you, not just the hair, not just the makeup, not just the clothes, not the accessories, not the makeup, not any of those things, not the nails, but you take care of all of you. You make yourself whole. When you take care of yourself and realize that you make your own self whole, not the man, the knight in shining armor, not these relationships that we see on social media that we like relationship goals, because he makes her whole and he supports her. No. If a woman has somebody in her life like that, or if a man has someone in his life like that, it's because they put themselves first. All I'm asking you ladies to do is to put yourself first. Be your true, authentic self. You are not authentic if you got a wig on and your hair is disastrous under there. If you know you're dealing with breakage or anything like that and you're not doing anything about it, you do not have self-love, and I want you to have that. Simple changes can fix all of that. And you still don't have to stop doing what you're doing. You want to wear your wigs, that's fine. But take care of your hair. All right? Click the link at the bottom if you want coaching for 2026. They are filling up. Love you guys. Guess what? I will see you next video. Bye.